your community. This is Chris 6 News in your neighborhood.
Well, we're still seeing a lot of that water working down some of our rivers from the Central Texas flooding that took place. We have that flood warning in effect for portions of Live Oak County. We'll talk a little bit more about those river forecasts coming up in a few more minutes.
As Choke Canyon continues to rise, when could Corpus Christi exit Stage 3 water restrictions? I've got your details coming up.
If you're confused by which pork ribs to buy when you're at the market, that'll all be cleared up today.
Good morning. Welcome to Chris 6 News Sunrise. Thank you for starting your day with us. I'm Stephanie Molina. Let's check in with meteorologist Stephen Jones with a look at the forecast.
Well, howdy and happy Monday, Coastal Bend. Starting us off with our weather headlines as we're heading out there. Going to be pretty toasty to kick off the new week. Still expecting those daytime highs upwards of the mid-90s as we're heading out there. A mixture of clouds and sun as we're heading through the week. A little bit more of that morning cloud cover giving way to afternoon sunshine. And like we talked about, we're going to be on the warm up and definitely feeling like summertime in South Texas. Also expecting that next full buck moon as we head in towards Wednesday, July 29th. That's going to be our full moon for the month of July. Something to keep an eye out for as we're heading through the next few days. In terms of our Monday forecast, going to be on the warm up very quickly. 94 degrees for our daytime high is what I'm expecting. Here's a look at the hour by hour forecast. Warming up pretty quickly. 90 on the money by lunchtime, up to 93 and 94 degrees closer to that 3 p.m. time frame before we start to cool back down back towards 89 degrees as we're heading in towards that dinner time frame. So the heat risk today going to be holding on to that moderate to major category, something to keep in mind, and seeing the return of the extreme category tomorrow. So want to make sure you remember those heat safety practices. Now let's take a look at some of those traffic tips before you're hitting the roads this morning. Something major to keep in mind for Carroll Lane drivers between SPID and Hawley. We're going to be seeing those southbound lanes closed starting today and then taking place through next summer. So going to be another project on our hands as we're heading out there. Also for 181, the southbound and northbound lanes going to be seeing some main lane reductions between the hours of 9 p.m. to 6 a.m. That started last night and it's going to be going on through the next few days. So something to keep in mind. Either way, hoping you have a great and safe Monday morning commute as you're heading out there.
Could water flowing into this reservoir help us get out of Stage 3 water restrictions? Hey everybody, I'm Drew Bishop and I'm at Choke Canyon, which has risen to levels it hasn't seen in over a year. So the question now is, when will we be able to water our grass? And what about those mandatory water releases? Let's start with water restrictions. In December of 2024, Corpus Christi entered Stage 3 restrictions. This tightened the rules on water use. So how do we get out? Combined capacity of Choke Canyon and Lake Corpus Christi has to reach 30%. Lake Corpus Christi is over 30%, and our chief meteorologist Stephanie Lauber estimates that Choke Canyon could reach 34% of capacity by the time the water reaches the reservoir. On Tuesday, Corpus Christi City Council will discuss restrictions and the drought contingency plan, so there's a chance that things could change for the better. But a lot of you are concerned about these water releases from our reservoirs. In the mid-90s, Corpus Christi entered what is called an agreed order with the state. That requires them to let water pass through our reservoirs if we're over 30% of capacity. Simply put, it's an environmental order from the state to protect our bays and the Nueces estuary. But with a drought of record, Corpus Christi Water is working to temporarily lift that order.
To ask for first a temporary suspension of that special condition, so we could potentially take advantage of any increased impoundment capacity so that we could try to bounce back quicker from the drought and the water supply emergency.
Esteban Ramos tells me he doesn't have a timeline for lifting that order, but that they're working as fast as possible to submit the application to TCEQ. Council is also scheduled to discuss it at Tuesday's meeting. In short, we're not done with this drought, not by a long shot. But water flowing into this reservoir is the best news that we've gotten in a long time. So the next question is, how much more water are we going to get? Well, we'll continue to keep you updated as it develops. Reporting from Choke Canyon, I'm Drew Bishop for Chris 6 News.
The beach parking permit could go from $12 to $20. So why the hike and who decides? I'm Jada Strayer on the island, where I asked city officials what's behind the proposal and also asked beachgoers how they feel.
For more than 20 years, beachgoers have paid just $12 for an annual beach parking permit. But that could change to $20 if City Council approves an amendment to an existing agreement Tuesday. Jonathan Atwood with Corpus Christi Parks and Recreation says the fee hasn't kept up with rising costs.
Because the fee hasn't been raised in over 20 years. Just the cost of inflation alone has driven the cost of services beyond what the current fee can sustain. Okay, so we need to increase it to $20, just continue to maintain the services that we provide on the beach.
Those services include beach cleaning, porta potties, and expensive beach renourishment projects. The city projects the fee increase would generate an additional $2.6 million in revenue. Atwood cleared the air about where that money goes.
I think a common misconception is that we just collect a fee that we can use anywhere. Okay, and the reality of it is we have to work with the state of Texas, and we're allowed through the state of Texas to charge a fee to maintain access, maintain that public access to the beach. And so all those dollars go right back into maintaining that public access to the beach.
But not everyone's on board with paying more.
We only come down here once a year, and so for us to have to pay $12 and actually $24 because we had 2 vehicles, it's kind of outrageous already. And to think if they bumped it up to $20, that would be $40 just for 2 days that we're down here.
But longtime beachgoer Greg sees it differently. He's been paying the $12 fee for years and says the increase won't keep him away.
I think that anytime you want to spend time at the beach or anything else, whether it's $12 or $20 really doesn't make a difference. It's a yearly thing, so it's not that big a deal.
Atwood says this isn't just Corpus Christi's decision. The city works with Port Aransas and Nueces County under an interlocal agreement that's been in place since 2002.
So this is a collaboration between the City of Port Aransas, Nueces County, and the City of Corpus Christi to come together to offer one permit through our interlocal agreement.
Even if City Council approves the amendment Tuesday, the state of Texas has the final say. The Texas General Land Office will review the proposal and hold a 30-day public comment period before making the final decision. If approved, the new $20 fee would take effect in January 2027.
City Council votes to make an amendment to the existing interlocal agreement on Tuesday. But even if approved, the state has the final say. Reporting from the island, I'm Jada Strayer, Chris 6 News.
Corpus Christi City Council members have a packed agenda for their Tuesday meeting. They will discuss the drought contingency plan and current water restrictions. They will also consider city charter changes like extending term limits and raising salaries. If approached, those changes would go on the November ballot. The council will also talk about inner harbor desalination. Voices for the Coastal Bend Energy raise money for a federal grant for the project. Members will also hear a briefing on the environmental impact on the desalination plan. The meeting starts Tuesday at 11:30 in the morning. Time is running out for students to get free athletic physicals before the school year begins. Corpus Christi ISD is offering 2 final clinics this week. The first is Tuesday from 4 to 6 p.m. at Ray High School. The second is Wednesday from 4 to 6 p.m. at Veterans Memorial High School. Student must bring a completed and signed UIL medical history form to get the free exam. For those out in Mathis getting ready to go back to school, the Church of Hope will be hosting a back-to-school block party. Event goers can expect free haircuts for the first 40 children ages 5 to 17, face painting, inflatables, and yard games, as well as hamburgers, hot dogs, and watermelon, all of this completely free of charge. The event takes place this Wednesday from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the Church of Hope Mathis campus.
3, 2, 1.
SpaceX successfully launched its Starship mega rocket from South Texas on Friday night. The 1-hour test flight ended with a controlled splashdown in the Indian Ocean. The rocket's booster detached early in the flight and splashed down in the Gulf. This was the first launch for SpaceX as a publicly traded company. The company is now preparing for a crucial NASA test flight next year. That mission could pave the way for the next moon landing.
Every summer, we get all sorts of questions from you asking if we can explain the difference between all the different types of pork ribs that we see in the market. So to help clarify this, let me show you some of the most popular ones. These are baby back ribs. They're called baby back not because they come from baby pigs, but because they're the shortest of all ribs. They're also easy to recognize by their curved bones. They're the sweetest and the most tender and leanest of all ribs. Over here are spare ribs. As you can see, they're larger and the bone is much straighter and flatter. They have a higher bone to meat ratio and the meat is much more marbled, which gives them lots of flavor. Next is what is known as St. Louis or Kansas City ribs. They're simply spare ribs where what is called the flap and the tip are removed, making the slab rectangular. And to get us started, we have a recipe that I know you'll love. They're simply baby back ribs that are slow roasted with a Texas-style rub. And when they're fork tender, you slather them with barbecue sauce. So if you like ribs that are so tender, they practically fall off the bone, you're gonna wanna go online and get the recipe for our Texas two-step ribs. And while you're there, make sure you check out our entire collection of rib recipes. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a super tender way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
Watching Chris 6, a part of the Scripps News Group.
Well, howdy Coastal Bend and happy Monday. Taking a look at the big weather picture, not a lot going on across the Lone Star State. Just some of that cloud cover over towards the Big Bend region and then maybe a few Gulf showers out there. But overall, the Coastal Bend and the by far majority of the Lone Star State sitting pretty quiet in terms of the weather world to kick off the new week. Here's a look at our Line of View to Animal Services dog walking forecast. Today we've got Princess Bella on the board right here from Nueces County. As we're heading out there for Princess's Walk, we're going to be warming up pretty quickly though. Already up towards 87 degrees by 10 a.m. and then pushing into those low to mid 90s for daytime highs as we're heading out later this afternoon. Might be a little better to take Princess out this morning for that walk since it's going to be a toasty one. Here's how it's playing out on the Futurecast as we're heading out there. Plenty of sunshine and all of us back into the 90s this afternoon, if not maybe even a couple of triple digits for our neighborhoods in western counties out there towards Live Oak and Duval County. Up towards 98 degrees there in Beeville and Orange Grove and maybe just upper 80s right along the coast in Port Aransas. But all of us feeling like the 90s when you account for that humidity. It's definitely summertime in South Texas. As we're heading in towards our Tuesday morning, back down into the 70s and 80s and maybe a little bit more of that morning cloud cover, but that's going to give way to afternoon sunshine and we're back on the warm up. A little bit of a rinse and repeat forecast this week with back into the triple digits for some of our neighborhoods out towards the west and those 90s right here in Corpus Christi. That's all thanks to the heat dome that's taking place over the American Southwest. You can see this ridge of high pressure that's working into the area on the upper level pattern. That's going to remain overhead for the Lone Star State. Also, what that's going to lead to for us is going to mean less in terms of rain chances and more in terms of sunshine and summer-like heat as we're heading out there through the next few days. Here's a look at the daytime highs expected as we're going through the week ahead. 94 for the next few days as we're going through Wednesday, then slowly climbing the board as we're heading into the weekend. 95, 96, and then 97 degrees as we're heading into Saturday with overnight lows looking pretty warm also. Here's a peek at that 7-day forecast with plenty of sunshine expected. And like we talked about, overnight lows also in those upper 70s.
We're watching Chris 6, a part of the Scripps News Group.
New data shows a record-breaking number of measles cases have now been reported in the U.S. And today's Health Minute, Mandy Gator has a closer look at the latest numbers and the message health officials want you to hear.
Another grim milestone for the U.S. As of July 23rd, there have been 2,318 confirmed measles cases reported this year alone, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, surpassing figures from all of 2025. Experts say this is the highest number of measles cases on record since 1991.
It's quite tragic.
William Moss of the Johns Hopkins Bloomberg School of Public Health says the record-breaking numbers reflect long-standing under-vaccination rates for measles in a number of communities across the U.S. The outbreak started in Texas in January 2025 and had now been reported in 45 jurisdictions. Measles was officially declared eliminated in the U.S. in the year 2000, but Moss says that status is now in jeopardy as World Health officials are set to meet in November.
I very much expect, I would be shocked if we did not lose our measles elimination status.
While many healthy children recover without measles complications, the disease can be severe. About 1 in 5 unvaccinated U.S. children and adults who get it are hospitalized. 1 out of every 20 children with measles gets pneumonia, 1 out of every 1,000 develop brain swelling, and nearly 1 to 3 of every 1,000 children infected will die from measles complications. But Moss says it's all preventable with a safe and effective vaccine.
We want to protect ourselves, we want to protect our children, and we want to protect our communities.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Katy Perry is speaking out after one of her biggest songs was used in a White House social media video. The administration posted a TikTok clip featuring Perry's 2010 hit Firework alongside footage of U.S. strikes in Iran. Perry says she did not authorize that use and strongly objects to the message that's tied to the video. She says her music is intended to bring people together, not to promote conflict or warfare.
You are watching Chris 6, a part of the Scripps News Group. Now, say hello to your neighbors. This is your Chris 6 News Sunrise Shoutouts.
Hi, we're here with Lemonade Day Coastal Band, and we want to wish you have a great morning and have a great day.
We hope you all have a great day. If you want to send us a shout out, scan the QR code on the screen or head over to our website at christv.com.
If you guys want to do some monetary donations, we do appreciate it.
Everyone is getting ready for back to school, and that includes the La Posada Foundation, which hosted a school supplies fundraiser Sunday afternoon at the Brewsters on the island. La Posada holds the fundraiser leading up to its annual boat parade in December. Their annual toy drive is a popular fundraiser, but they say with the recent school closures at CCISD, they want to help more students in the district.
So we were told that there's 4 schools that were closing for CCISD, and there's a couple of schools that are in dire need of school supplies. So that's our mission, that's our mission statement, is to help the children here in the Coastal Bend.
La Posada Foundation says they had a great energy at the Brewsters, and they look forward to carrying that energy into December's toy drive and boat parade.
Good morning, I'm Del Walters. Here's what's happening today, Monday marking the deadline for Maine Democrats to register to run for U.S. Senate. Potential candidates lining up to replace Graham Plattner, who dropped out due to sexual assault allegations. Candidates have to have at least 500 valid signatures from registered Democrats by midnight. Then it's on to the party's nominating convention. Delegates then will choose a new nominee on Saturday. The winner will face Republican Senator Susan Collins. It is considered to be one of the nation's most closely watched Senate races. Andrew and Tristan Tate are due back in federal court on Monday in Miami. Both brothers fighting their extradition to the UK. There, they're charged with rape, sex trafficking, assault, and other alleged offenses. The Tates deny any and all wrongdoing and say the case is politically motivated.
My name is Peter Parker, and I would like a coffee. Is there anything else?
Spider-Man Brand New Day premieres Monday in LA. Tom Holland returns as Peter Parker alongside Zendaya. The film picks up 4 years after the events of Spider-Man No Way Home. Peter Parker living in a world where no one remembers his identity. The movie debuts nationwide on July 31st.
To your community. This is Chris 6 News. In your neighborhood.
Good morning. Welcome to Chris 6 News Sunrise. Thank you for starting your day with us. I'm Stephanie Molina.
Well, howdy and happy Monday. Coastal Bend getting a look at our precip almanac from yesterday. You can see in terms, we didn't get anything for our Sunday out there, but we weren't expecting much yesterday. In terms of the month, we're about 2 inches shy of where we should be for July, but in terms of the year to date for 2026, sitting at 2.5 inches in terms of a surplus, and hoping to see that number climb a little bit more as we're heading through the rest of July and into August. But we did have all that flooding going on into portions of central Texas and the Hill Country. That's finally making its way down the Nueces River. We've got this flood warning in effect from Cotulla down through Lake Corpus Christi for portions of Live Oak County. Something to keep in mind, we've got a lot of water on the way as we're heading through the next few days. The Nueces River at Cotulla is expected to fall back down into that moderate flood stage as we're heading into tomorrow, but the Nueces River near Tilden, that's expected to crest as we're heading into tomorrow and Wednesday, closer to that 23-foot mark. And in terms of the Nueces River near Three Rivers, that's expected to rise quite a bit through the coming days, reaching that major flood category as we're heading into Thursday with the peak around 40 feet. Now let's take a look at some of those traffic tips before you're hitting the roads this morning. For I-37 drivers there on the northbound exit toward 181, we're seeing some of those closures continuing. That's going to be going on until we're heading into the middle of next month, so something to keep in mind. Also for Carroll Lane drivers there between SBID and Hawley, we also saw that project start today. Those southbound lanes are going to be closed. Northbound traffic still okay, but something to keep in mind as we're heading out there. Might use Castoris or Weber for an alternate route. Either way, hoping you have a great and safe Monday morning commute.
I'm Jordan Benavidez here in Kingsville, where concerns over a recent water line break have some residents questioning the safety of their water.
On July 15th, Kingsville residents reported a major drop in water pressure after a water line break happened during the day. A concerned resident shared that they reached out to the Texas Commission on Environmental Quality and were told the city of Kingsville did not report the incident. However, Chris 6 confirmed with both TCEQ and city officials that the incident was indeed reported. City officials assure residents that they followed the proper state procedures during the outage.
We contacted TCQ to let them know what happened, that the pressure had dropped. And so we followed the flow chart of TCQ's protocols.
The city says chlorine levels stayed above minimum requirements during the outage and that 4 water samples were tested the next day.
Back T samples came back negative. We sent those results back to TCQ.
The city of Kingsville also says an emergency text alert was requested but never went out. Now, following a resident complaint, TCEQ is investigating the incident.
TCEQ's investigation remains open. Reporting from Kingsville, I'm Jordan Benavidez, Chris 6 News.
Time is running out for students to get free athletic physicals before the school year begins. Corpus Christi ISD is offering 2 final clinics this week. The first is Tuesday from 4 to 6 p.m. at Ray High School. The second is Wednesday from 4 to 6 p.m. at Veterans Memorial High School. Student must bring a completed and signed UIL medical history form to get the free exam.
Rising prices continue to squeeze household budgets. Many Americans say they're putting off important financial decisions just to keep up with everyday expenses. A new survey shows families are delaying everything from health care to retirement savings. The data from Primerica shows 65% of middle-income Americans report their salary is falling behind on the cost of living. Another 65% say they've delayed a major purchase or expense in the past year because of ongoing cost pressures. The survey also found 80% expect gas prices to rise, while 3/4 anticipate higher grocery prices in the months ahead.
As you see families identifying the struggles, they feel overall like they're not keeping up. But then when you look at what they say they are delaying, that's where there's a real story there, because some of those are important priorities of life, whether it be retirement savings or particularly seeing families delay health care.
CEO of Primerica, Glenn Williams, warns delaying those long-term priorities can have lasting consequences. Recent retirement surveys show 27% of Americans have reduced retirement contributions because of financial pressures. 1/3 say they carry more credit card debt than retirement savings.
Well, the delays are very costly as your accumulation has time on its side. And when you start delaying, it really, really hurts because you don't have the time to accumulate what you need. That's why I think it's important for families to sit down and make some pretty tough priority decisions about what truly are necessities and how can they find some amount of money to get started saving for their retirement as early as possible.
Williams says paying down high interest debt, trimming non-essential spending, and continuing to save, even in small amounts, can help families build more financial stability as they navigate higher living costs.
Restoration crews in Pompeii are bringing new life to the ceiling of the historic house with a bakery. The ancient Roman city was destroyed when Mount Vesuvius erupted in AD 79, covering Pompeii in ash and freezing it in time. Experts say the massive fresco project offers a glimpse into the rich artistic style that decorated homes during the Roman era. The artwork centers on the mythological figures Dionysus and Ariadne.
sponsored by Ewald Kubota.
I'm Jacob Daniels, and a library that's served its community for 2 decades is now dealing with some communication issues between the city and its own advisory board.
As Choke Canyon continues to rise, when could Corpus Christi exit Stage 3 water restrictions? I've got your details coming up.
A young collector scores the ultimate sports card hit. We will show you the rare Aaron Judge card he found.
Well, hey there and happy Monday, Coastal Bend. Getting a look at our forecast as we're heading out there today. Going to be on the warm-up, chasing 94 degrees for our daytime high with plenty of sunshine as we're heading into the afternoon. Here's a look at the hour-by-hour forecast as we warm up pretty quickly. Already up to 90 on the money by the time we're heading out there for lunch. 93 by 3 p.m. and then back down into the 80s as we're heading in towards that dinner time frame, closer to 6 and 7 o'clock this evening. But when you account for that humidity, things are going to be getting pretty toasty out there. The heat index already up towards 105 to 107 as we're heading out there closer to 4 p.m. Want to remember those heat safety practices because this heat not going anywhere as we're going through the next few days thanks to high pressure overhead. And with plenty of sunshine overhead, it's going to look at that UV index. It's going to be back towards the extreme category today, especially in those early afternoon hours. So about 1 through 3 p.m. Definitely want to bring the sunscreen along either way. Burn time only closer to 15, if not 20 minutes of being outside. So going to be a pretty toasty one as we're heading out there for our Monday. We also still have some of that river flooding going on. The Nueces River at Cotulla still in the major flood stage, but expected to go back down to the moderate flood stage as we're heading out there tomorrow and through the next couple of days. But the Nueces River near Tilden expected to crest back in that major flood stage as we're heading in towards tomorrow and Wednesday, and pretty similar for the Nueces River near Three Rivers. A lot of water on the way, sitting closer to 6 feet right now, 5.79 feet, and expected to crest around 40.4 feet as we're heading later into the week towards Thursday and into Friday. So a lot of water on the way, and something to keep in mind, we're still watching those lake levels. Here's the latest on them. Lake Corpus Christi down from a week ago to 31.9%. Choke Canyon has seen some rapid increases. They're up to 23.9%, which puts our combined capacity at 26.1%. The last time we were above 20% in terms of that combined capacity wasn't since 2024. So we've had a lot of water working in, and I'm hoping to see this trend continue as we're going through the next few months and the rest of 2026. Here's a peek at our 7-day forecast right now. Not too much rain on the way. Daytime highs just in the 90s with overnight lows in the upper 70s.
Could water flowing into this reservoir help us get out of Stage 3 water restrictions? Hey everybody, I'm Drew Bishop, and I'm at Choke Canyon, which has risen to levels it hasn't seen in over a year. So the question now is, when will we be able to water our grass? And what about those mandatory water releases? Let's start with water restrictions. In December of 2024, Corpus Christi entered Stage 3 restrictions. This tightened the rules on water use. So how do we get out? Combined capacity of Choke Canyon and Lake Corpus Christi has to reach 30%. Lake Corpus Christi is over 30%, and our chief meteorologist Stephanie Lauber estimates that Choke Canyon could reach 34% of capacity by the time the water reaches the reservoir. On Tuesday, Corpus Christi City Council will discuss restrictions and the drought contingency plan, so there's a chance that things could change for the better.
The beach parking permit could go from $12 to $20. So why the hike and who decides? I'm Jada Strayer on the island, where I asked city officials what's behind the proposal and also asked beachgoers how they feel.
For more than 20 years, beachgoers have paid just $12 for an annual beach parking permit. But that could change to $20 if City Council approves an amendment to an existing agreement Tuesday. Jonathan Atwood with Corpus Christi Parks and Recreation says the fee hasn't kept up with rising costs.
Because the fee hasn't been raised in over 20 years. Just the cost of inflation alone has driven the cost of services beyond what the current fee can sustain. Okay, so we need to increase it to $20, just continue to maintain the services that we provide on the beach.
Those services include beach cleaning, porta potties, and expensive beach renourishment projects. The city projects the fee increase would generate an additional $2.6 million in revenue. Atwood cleared the air about where that money goes.
I think a common misconception is that we just collect a fee that we can use anywhere. Okay, and the reality of it is we have to work with the state of Texas, and we're allowed through the state of Texas to charge a fee to maintain access, maintain that public access to the beach. And so all those dollars go right back into maintaining that public access to the beach.
But not everyone's on board with paying more.
We only come down here once a year, and so for us to have to pay $12 and actually $24 because we had 2 vehicles, it's kind of outrageous already. And to think if they bumped it up to $20, that would be $40 just for 2 days that we're down here.
But longtime beachgoer Greg sees it differently. He's been paying the $12 fee for years and says the increase won't keep him away.
I think that anytime you want to spend time at the beach or anything else, whether it's $12 or $20 really doesn't make a difference. It's a yearly thing, so it's not that big a deal.
Atwood says this isn't just Corpus Christi's decision. The city works with Port Aransas and Nueces County under an interlocal agreement that's been in place since 2002.
So this is a collaboration between the City of Port Aransas, Nueces County, and the City of Corpus Christi to come together to offer one permit through our interlocal agreement.
Even if City Council approves the amendment Tuesday, the state of Texas has the final say. The Texas General Land Office will review the proposal and hold a 30-day public comment period before making the final decision. If approved, the new $20 fee would take effect in January 2027.
City Council votes to make an amendment to the existing interlocal agreement on Tuesday. But even if approved, the state has the final say. Reporting from the island, I'm Jada Strayer, Chris 6 News.
I'm your neighborhood news reporter, Jacob Daniels, with an update on this Flower Bluff library and the communication gap that came up along the way.
For nearly 2 years, the Janet F. Hart Public Library hasn't been the same, meaning you can't just walk in off the street without safety precautions. A state safety mandate forced hours to be cut, and while they've since been restored to 40 a week, it's the only public library serving Flower Bluff and Padre Island.
Well, the library is super important to Flower Bluff and the island community. It is the main library. Adults come here, families come here, children come here.
But that importance is now part of a larger fight over trust. Tuesday at Corpus Christi City Council, staff revealed a proposed partition wall at the library that could cost up to $180,000. The library's own advisory board says they weren't told until that meeting, and its chair questioned why they were left out at all.
What is the purpose of an advisory board if staff chooses when or if to involve us?
Garza chairs the board and says the board went more than a month without an update before Tuesday's meeting, and she's asking council for some specific commitments going forward.
I'm asking council for 3 things. Release DICOMA's complete report when it's done. Have DICOMA present its findings publicly and in a way that the community can ask questions, and provide a long-term restoration plan.
City Manager Peter Zanoni addressed the concern directly at Tuesday's meeting.
We've promised her to continue to do a better job in communicating with her and the library board. If there's no update, even telling them that there's no update this month. So we appreciate Ms. Garza's passion for the library.
For now, no final design and no firm cost on the wall itself.
The city says they're committed to better communication going forward and will continue to follow up with the story once cost estimates and design are finalized. Reporting in Flower Bluff, I'm Jacob Daniels, Chris 6 News.
Health officials have detected a mosquito that has tested positive for the West Nile virus in Nueces County. The positive test came from the London and Fiesta Ranch areas of Corpus Christi. County crews are spraying for mosquitoes every day outside the city limits. Officials will continue to monitor the mosquito pools. They want you to protect yourself in the meantime. They say to use bug spray with DEET and wear long sleeves. You should also avoid going outside at dawn and dusk. Make sure to drain any standing water around your home to stop mosquitoes from breeding. A juvenile is in custody after a shooting at a Harris County mall. It happened Saturday evening at Deerbrook Mall. A juvenile victim was taken to the hospital for surgery. Bystander was also hurt, but is expected to be okay. Police are still investigating what led up to the gunfire. They have not said if the 2 juveniles knew each other. Residents in Houston are calling for an end to ICE operations in their city. Community members gathered Saturday for a protest and vigil. They honored Lorenzo Salgado Araujo, an ICE agent shot and killed him in Houston earlier this month. The crowd also remembered Joan Sebastian Guerrero, a federal officer shot and killed him in Maine.
Appliance breakdowns are not just frustrating, they're costly. You know, a major appliance should last years, if not more than a decade. That's why doing a little research is more important than ever. Danielle Levine and her daughter hoped to spend the summer baking.
Yeah, normally we'd have the oven preheated.
Her daughter's in a school baking club,
They were supposed to test out a bunch of recipes.
but their 3-year-old wall oven is dead.
This is the control panel. It doesn't work. It worked really great for the first year, and then in October 2024, all of a sudden the fuse blew and it stopped working.
After paying for repairs out of pocket,
It lasted maybe 2 or 3 weeks, and then the fuse blew again.
Levine later found similar complaints online about wiring overheating.
It actually malfunctioned right in front of our repair person.
Angie Hicks of the home services site Angie says before buying an appliance, check reviews for repeated problems.
Especially if you're seeing common themes in the review. You want to understand that.
She says read the manufacturer's warranty carefully.
How long does it last? Is it a couple of years? Is it 4 years?
Then decide if an extended warranty is worth the extra cost.
The extended warranty is only as good as what it covers. And if it doesn't cover those common things, it may not be worth the investment.
She says don't shop based on price alone. Research brands first, then look for deals. After more research, Levine ordered a new oven.
Talked to our repair person who not only recommended a couple of brands that are very reputable that he never sees repairs on.
She urges others to read reviews and buy from brands that offer longer warranties.
Utensils.
So baking isn't interrupted and you don't waste your money. John Mattery, Scripps News Group.
If you want to save money on school supplies, mark your calendar for August 7th through the 9th. That is when Texas holds its annual back-to-school sales tax holiday. During that 3-day period, most items priced under $100 will be tax-free. That includes clothing, footwear, backpacks, and school supplies. The discount also applies to items bought online or from catalogs doing business in the state. You can find a complete list of qualifying items on our website at christv.com. A young Arkansas baseball player just scored a major home run off the field. Henry Norwood bought a box of baseball cards with money he earned from playing the game. He ended up finding one of the rarest Aaron Judge cards in the world.
For Henry Norwood, baseball doesn't end when the final out's recorded. It follows him home, right to the kitchen table, where every pack of cards holds a little bit of hope. This time, that hope traveled online. One of his friends, Jude, opened Henry's box of brand new 2026 Topps Chrome baseball cards on a live stream, and neither one of them had any idea they were about to witness history.
This is by far the best card I've ever gotten. We've opened several boxes, and this is not even close to the best thing we've ever gotten. I feel really good.
Inside that box, an Aaron Judge Logoman Patch Redemption, a game-used MLB logo patch, numbered just 4 copies in the entire world.
I saw the black and gold. It was like, oh my gosh, we got a redemption! And I got really happy, and I started jumping over the couch.
For serious collectors, this wasn't just a lucky pull. It was the chase card, the kind people spend years and fortunes just trying to find.
So this is the 2026 Topps Chrome baseball. It's one of the biggest sets they release every single year. And so this card comes from this set, and you would have to spend over $5 million worth of the product to even get the statistical odds of pulling the card. And so that's why this is so special, because it is one of the rarest cards to pull in the entire hobby. A top 10 card to get in the entire product. People all around the country, even all around the world, open this set just to have the chance to pull this.
The irony, Henry earned the money to buy the cards the old-fashioned way, on the baseball field.
He's been collecting cards for about 3 or 4 years now. He actually worked out an NIL deal with me to where he gets paid for doing really good. Sometimes we subtract for having some errors, but that's part of the game. And he uses baseball money that he's been collecting this year. How many home runs did you hit?
8.
8 home runs this year. That was a little hard on my pocketbook, but he used that to roll it into opening a couple boxes of cards, which turned out to be pretty good on this deal.
The card is priceless to the hobby, but for the people watching that live stream, and for one young Arkansas baseball player, that memory may be worth even more.
When there's people like him who get to have this opportunity, it's the most special thing, because I've never seen people more excited when they pull cards.
It's really insane. It all started from one pack someone gave me, and we probably have over 100,000 cards in our collection.
For fans of the NBA 2K games, it is that time of the year again where the company's newest installment is getting ready to release. And with the new release comes with a new cover star. This year's Spurs superstar Wemby will have the honor of donning the cover of the NBA 2K27. The news broke last week after being rumored since the playoff. You can pre-order the game now to get the early access to the game starting August 28th. The full release of the game is scheduled for September 4th. We are just 40 days away from the University of Texas season's opener against Texas State, but football coach Steve Sarkisian is already looking forward to getting his team back on the field. The Longhorns finished the 2025 season with a record of 10-3, losing 2 of those games to the SEC champion Georgia Bulldogs and ruining any chance of making the college football playoffs. During last week's SEC Media Day, Sarkisian said the Longhorns had to become a better football team in 2026 if they hope to finally take down Georgia.
A lot of sayings and quotes in the sports world in particular, but this one probably is the most fitting. If you want to be the champion, you got to beat the champion. And it's no more fitting for us.
The Longhorns pad back to the college football playoff starts September 5th against Texas State. Then the following week, they host the 2025 national champion Ohio State Buckeyes. Here are the 6 things you need to know before you go. Health officials are handing out free mosquito prevention kits starting Monday. You can get insect repellents and mosquito dunks at the Broadmoor and Ethel Yearly Senior Center. The walk-up giveaway runs from 10 in the morning until noon. There is a limit of 1 kit per household. More locations will offer kits later this week. Corpus Christi leaders are updating the public on the local water supply this morning. City Manager Peter Zanoni will discuss how recent rain helped lake levels. He will also launch a new real-time water tracking tool. The briefing starts at 10 a.m. at City Council chambers. You can watch it at christv.com. A major road project will change your daily commute starting Monday. Crews are rebuilding Carroll Lane from SPID to Holly Road. The southbound lanes will be closed. Traffic will only flow northbound. Construction is expected to wrap up in the summer of 2027. Corpus Christi City Council will vote Tuesday on raising beach parking fees. The proposal increased the cost from $12 to $20. Leaders say the extra money will help maintain the beaches. If passed, the new fee will start in January 2027. Corpus Christi students have 2 more chances to get free athletic physicals. The district is hosting clinics Tuesday at Ray High School and Wednesday at Veterans Memorial. Both run from 4 to 6 in the evening. Students must bring a signed UIL medical history form to get the exam. Ford is recalling more than 500,000 Broncos. A wiring issue under the hood could cause the engine to catch fire. The recall affects certain models from 2021 through 2026. Dealers will fix the problem for free. And those are the 6 things you need to know.
Well, howdy and happy Monday, Coastal Bend. Taking a look at our forecast through the next few hours, we're going to be warming up pretty quickly. 87 degrees by 10 a.m. and up to 89 as we're heading in towards our 11 a.m. Through the next few days on the 7-day forecast, we can expect about that 94-degree mark for our daytime high. We're going to be pretty toasty out there. 94 through Wednesday before we slowly start climbing the board in terms of temperatures up towards 97 by the time we head into the weekend, with overnight lows hanging out in those upper 70s. Either way, hoping you have a great Monday as you head out there.